Hi and welcome to another episode of eComOne. Now today's guest is Jamie Lee Watts, co-founder of Jamie Lee Cosmetics. Now, cosmetics is not something I personally know too much about, but Jamie Lee has literally taken TikTok by storm by going live almost every day. And she managed to turn this passion into a very profitable e-commerce business. And in this episode, we step through the intricacies and the details around launching your brand on TikTok, going live almost every day, and on those lives, how she steps through her process of running a live every day and selling literally thousands of pounds worth of products on those lives. Enjoy this episode, and I'm sure you'll get a stack of inspiration about running your own lives and implementing TikTok Shop into your brand. Now, I hope you enjoy this episode wherever you're listening, so please feel free to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thank you. Welcome to the podcast, Jamie Lee. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm really well, thank you. So I think it'd be great if you could kick off and introduce yourself to our listeners.
Of course.
How you got into the world of selling on TikTok and selling online.
Of course. So my name is Jamie Lee Watts, and how I started my story was throughout, as we all know, a couple of years ago, we went through a pandemic, and it stopped a lot of people in their tracks, especially if you're self-employed. And I was a self-employed makeup artist. So I found that I couldn't work anymore. And I actually then had to go into working into a dental practice. And I soon realised I can't work for someone. I don't enjoy working in the dentist or just working under someone.
Yeah.
So then I had a little think, a brainstorm, and I thought I need to create something, a business that can still run even if we're hit with another pandemic. And also in that sort of space, something quite tragic happened. My mum had a mental breakdown and she suffers with psychosis now. So she is kind of like my strength of the business. So the pain that I felt, I sort of turned into power. So even to this day, it's something that makes me get up every morning because I know that at the end of the day, my goal is to help my mum. So and that's what I'm going to do. So that's basically how the business sort of came about. And then I just sort of brainstormed, went on YouTube, how to start a business, how to source suppliers, and then from there I started the business.
Wow, that's incredible. There's nothing like a sort of a fairly extreme situation, especially a personal one like that, to really take him from something that was obviously quite a challenging time in your life, and taking that and grasping that and using that as your sort of inspiration and your drive every day. I think that's great. But so TikTok, why TikTok? Why have you sort of focused on TikTok for your focus of getting yourself and the brand out there?
So I think with TikTok, because it is an entertainment platform, and I am quite an out there sort of person, I don't mind being behind the camera, and it was sort of becoming big at that point. They hadn't actually had a TikTok shop at that point. However, we started to create a presence on there. And when they then launched the TikTok shop, I saw the opportunity where I knew that I could grab customers with my videos, but I could also go live and sell to my customers, which is something you can't do on your website. And it's that personal, the personal customer journey. You could go live. Your customer can ask you, can you try this lip gloss on? I'm this shade. What sort of bronzer do you recommend? And it's a different kind of selling point. And I think a lot of people are missing out on that and they don't realize that. And then when we started getting a following and people would follow us, not just because we sell cosmetics, but because I created a presence myself, people buy into people, as we know.
Yeah.
So from that, people we have regular customers who I could literally sell something that probably isn't that great, but we'll have them buy it because they believe me and they believe in my brand, and the story and the ethos behind the brand.
It's incredible. As you're saying that, you literally obviously do pick up your phone right now.
Yeah.
They are off now, but you could pick up your phone right now with your products, hit live, and we could walk out that door, you could walk out that door with obviously X amount of thousands of pounds or however many sales. It's incredible. But stepping through that initial process, when my brain's thinking, well, so you started off doing content, and posting TikToks. how long were you before, so you started posting your first TikTok or, your first TikTok,
Yeah.
and then at a point started doing your first live. What
Yes.
was the sort of time scale between sort of starting to then doing lives?
So you actually have to have at least 800 followers to go live.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got that live, I went straight.
So day one of
Straight away.
800. You're
Yes,
like, well, let's go.
100%. I felt like I was in my element. Just think of it as QVC. It is your own storefront.
Yes.
You go live. You've got products to sell. This is our offer today. Get it while it lasts. We're only live for an hour. And it's creating the sense of urgency of, oh, I'm going to miss this deal. I need to get it. And then you also create because we go live every day. So we have people coming every day. When are you going live? We want to see you go live every single day. And it's creating that momentum, that rhythm, and creating a safe space as well for people, because it does become a community as well, which is very important.
Yeah. So you've got people that are sort of waiting for that live.
Yes.
Your community, your followers, your fans, your super fans that are there every week. They're like, wait, oh, she's on, sort of thing. They're on. And but you do quite a few sort of unique twists on it, from my understanding. So you go live, and obviously you're talking through the products, but then you're packing the products there and then. Is that right?
That's correct. And I think, again, it's that personal touch. If someone's coming into a live, there's a special deal on, and oh, I can see Hannah's name in the comments, and Hannah's getting her order packed. Yeah. I want to be like Hannah. And the thing about TikTok Shop, it's so easy to buy. It's within seconds, Apple Pay, straight away your payment is done. And then you've got, again, that personal touch and that connection with us. I'm saying your name, I'm touching your order, I'm packing it live. And I know it might sound really silly, but it really does mean a lot to people. They feel like it's giving them a place, it's giving them the recognition sort of thing.
It is, as you say, it's like the new QVC. I've just, a few weeks ago, flipping COVID struck again for the second, 2 years free, and then bang, just out of the blue. And flicking through all the TV, sick of this, that, and the other. Watched the start of about 25 films. Next thing I know, I am watching the QVC equivalent, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I actually get quite drawn into that. I actually like to watch those sort of things I don't really buy from them personally.
Yeah.
But I like to see the process and the way that they're, the story and the copy and the salesmanship and the craftsmanship behind them. But it is that, isn't it? And you do see they're talking to you, really. They say, well, obviously all the benefits of it. I don't think they pack, so you've got one up on them. I don't think they pack on there, but they give you like a count. I believe 100 left. You've got that, a countdown. What's the word I'm looking for? That sort of scarcity.
That's it.
That's the word I'm looking for. The scarcity of, we've got 50 of these left. Oh, John's bought one.
That's
or
it.
Johnny or Josephine or whoever it may be. Well, we've got 40 left. If you're thinking you're on the sidelines thinking, then obviously you want one, and there's 10. Oh, there's 15. There's 5 left. As long as there's a genuine scarcity or a genuine stock level, I think.
That's right.
Then so every day then, have you got like a certain schedule you stick to then, or is it just when you feel like it? Do you let the guys know, well, we're going live at 4:00 tomorrow, so they're ready, that type of thing?
So I tend to share the lives with Jamie, who works with us as well.
Yeah.
So it's because it can be quite a lot. Obviously, 2 hours of your time is a lot of time in your day. So I'll go live maybe 2 or 3 times, and he'll do the others.
Yeah.
Not really. We don't really have a schedule for it, because we find it. If we set a schedule, it can. Well, we never really stick to it. So
life can get in the way as well, can't it?
Exactly. Yeah. But we do try.
Even better for you, isn't it? Really, because you can just be like,
exactly.
But it is every day is sort of the target.
Yes.
Sort of 7 days a week, or.
So it will be 5 to 6 days a week. However, we do. So on TikTok, you can create a live event. So with that, what happens is you can create a live event, and then if you do any videos, you can then tag that live event saying, well, we're going to be going live on Tuesday the 17th at 7 p.m. and then you write in the description of what you will be doing in that live event, which then people can register. So you could have 200-300 people register that event, knowing that they're going to be on that live. They're coming for them deals. They're coming to see you. So you can schedule them as well, which is a great tool.
Love it. So obviously, it's so many questions, but so I think a lot of it revolves around the community you build, and obviously people, as we say, and you say, people like people, they're like you, and you're in this instance now. For the guys that are listening, are thinking, I want to build this, but there'll be all sorts of questions, concerns around doing it. What would your sort of top 3 tips be to build that community?
I would definitely say authenticity is a must. People can see through fakeness, and just honestly be yourself. So authenticity is a must. Number 2 is be very thick-skinned.
Yeah.
Don't care about people's opinions because these people are insignificant to your life.
Yeah.
So, take their comments as a pinch of salt. It happens sometimes you do get trolled, but just take it on the chin. It doesn't mean anything. They're just doing it to get a reaction.
Yeah.
3 would be utilize every tool that TikTok gives you. So TikTok is a bit like a scoring system. So if they see that you are utilizing their tools, whether that be a promotion tool, whether that be using vouchers, whether that be doing a live event, they will push your lives, they will push your videos out more. Yes, because they will work with you if you work with them.
Yeah.
They're very strict. So if you do get violations, like I said, it is a bit like a scoring system. They will push you down. Yeah. But that would be my 3 top tips.
Yeah, because I think, there's a few bits there, because I think, a lot of people, when we talk about trolls and finding your people, we talked about this a little bit before we sort of hit record, and, I think this is where a lot of people probably get a bit stuck because they're maybe concerned about what other people think, and that can be a real limiting factor, no matter what you're doing work-wise or anything in your life, and it is quite a challenging, it can be quite a challenging situation, and obviously putting yourself out there every day on camera, and what would you speaking to those guys that are maybe just a little bit more like, what you must have obviously come against and dealt with quite a few
every day.
Is it every day? Is it? Yeah. What's your sort of go-to sort of how do you really cope with that?
So I think for me, I invite trolls into my lives because first of all, they're helping my engagement. They're commenting, they're a viewer, you're helping me. Yeah. Secondly, play them at not their own game. Obviously, don't be mean to them, but joke around, take it on. Oh, you think I look like a man? I appreciate that. Thank you. That's the best comment I've had all day. Sort of like use it as wit, like push it back. So and they're bothered.
Yeah, they're trying to get a rise out.
And they're not going to get a rise.
No,
I agree. Yeah, I do look rough.
They don't know what they're dealing with. So.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. So I use it like that. And I always say, try and pay your bills with people's opinions. They hold no value. If they have no significance in your life, you can't pay your bills. So that person's opinion of you really holds no value, and that's where it should lie in your life. It has no value. Yeah. And don't live your life through the eyes of other people. Because there's a lot of people, we do that. We do that as people we do. So that's what I would say.
No, I love it. Somebody said to me once, I was at an event and just chatting to the guy that was running it, and he said, he looked at it like, and I've sort of thought of it very much like he does. And he said to me, if you're on a stage presenting, which is what you're doing every day, and you've got 100 people there, or 1,000 people there, or 10,000 people there, he said, 20 people absolutely hate you.
Yeah.
He says another 20 people probably aren't even listening. Another 20 people think you're all right, but they're just not that bothered. So you're left with 40 people, and out of those, there's 5 or 10 people think you're insane. They love you. They really want the thing that you're selling or talking about or are interested in, and they're your people. Well, obviously, there's a lot of people out there, isn't there? Yes. So be you. Be your authentic self.
100%.
Some people think, oh my God, what a, should we say dick or whatever it is? We can edit that. I don't care.
Yeah.
We'll keep it in. But I think to live your life like that, but the sooner you do that, the better I think you'll feel.
Always.
Rather than trying to please everybody else, find your people. Obviously, always do the right thing by people and be a good person. But reality, be yourself. And those people that don't like that, well, see ya. Go do your thing.
No, you can't be everyone's cup of tea. Otherwise, you'd be a mug. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You can't please everyone.
So, a lot of different firms. Sort of, if you like jumping on TikTok, maybe, but obviously that's good. But what do you see as the sort of couple of top mistakes that you see companies making and trying to use TikTok?
So as I to go back on what I said, definitely utilizing what TikTok gives you. Try and use everything because they really do push.
So using their tech rather than trying to use another tech that integrates with using their
tools. Their tips, they're very good. They will give you tips. They will They will let you know if you've had a violation and why you've done wrong, and don't do that again. They're very strict in that sense. But like I said, they will reward you. Another thing is definitely they have an affiliate market, an affiliate center. And that basically is a center full of creators. Now, we know that creators are going to create that passive sort of, not income, but, sales, where you're not working, you're not doing anything. These creators, they've either got a sample from your shop, because you can offer samples, and they can get 10% or whatever percentage you want to offer to that creator per sale. Or they could buy the product themselves and just promote it. So what they can do is they'll do a video, they'll tag the product, link the product, and right underneath that video is a little shopping basket. Someone can click directly. They get their 10%. That's it, exactly. So that again as well is a massive tool, and you don't need to go to these, affiliate marketing companies. They're on there already.
It's built in.
It's built in.
Utilize it.
That's it.
Or obviously, algorithm is set to push the companies that are using their own tech. So a lot of people are not using the tech. I think a lot of people try and overcomplicate things, don't they? Go, well, if we use that, we stack that, we put that through a funnel, and then we do that, and then we'll reverse that, and we'll do that, and then we'll do that. Hang on a minute. Just think, they're building these tools for a reason.
Yes. And it is to keep you on the app. I'll be completely honest. They want you on the app. They want to do the sales. They're getting their money from you. They're, But they are also great because they do offer you great benefits. So it is like a catch-22, because you do want to take, obviously, people off of the app to get onto your website, which they don't allow. You're not allowed to say website on a live. You're not allowed to say TikTok. You're not allowed to navigate people off of the app.
Here. No.
Unless you're paying for a paid ad. They won't allow that. They'll violate you, and they could even take your shop away. But they do have great benefits of staying on the app.
I just wanted to introduce you very quickly to our sponsors, Pricing. Now, Pricing is a competitive price tracking and monitoring software that can dynamically change your product's prices on all sales channels. They work with brands such as Samsung, Sony, Suzuki to increase their online revenue. Now, if you run Google Shopping, which I know a lot of you absolutely do, this software is absolutely key to accelerating profits. One of the reasons I recommend Pricing to my clients is because you can find out your competitors' pricing and stock availability all in one simple to understand dashboard, giving you a huge competitive advantage. Now, if you have any inquiries and questions about this software, or you're ready to get cracking, we have worked out a very, very special deal for our listeners, where you can get a free month's trial and then 25% off for the first 3 months. Head to eComOne.com pricing and complete the inquiry form, and we will connect our listeners to the Pricing team. Right, let's head straight back to the episode. Obviously, we'll have a lot of different brands and industries and verticals listening now, from, you name it, the most probably, I shouldn't say it, but the most boring product, maybe somebody selling nails and saws, sorry guys, to people selling, lingerie and beautiful makeup and, a whole array of people listening right now. What would you say about what are some of the products that do well, that are good products to sell via TikTok Shop?
So the best products going at the moment are beauty and clothing. Although clothing is probably the most saturated market, it's one of the ones that are growing very fast. And the reason why that is because, again, it's creating that personal view. So you're watching someone on TikTok Shop, you're on their live and they're selling clothes. I'm a size 16. Can you just show me what that top looks like? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, I'm actually a size 14. So, and then they'll try it on. So that way you're getting that virtual, you're actually seeing.
You're in a store, aren't you? Like
That's it.
You just walked into the shop.
Exactly.
Having that conversation.
Yep.
This is what it is, isn't it?
Seeing it as a storefront. It is. That's why we go live every day, because to us it's like we're opening our doors to come and shop with us.
So COVID was incredible for you, the ultimate pivot. Yeah. From doing a day job that you didn't really enjoy to then going deep into the rabbit hole of TikTok and figuring that out, and then coming out, doing daily lives. Yeah, because I think there'll be a lot of listeners with different products just thinking how they can do, how they can get live. And I think that's, what I'm interested in to talk about is a sort of, you jump on a live, you've got your products, but sort of telling stories around your products, probably like, as you say, like beauty, clothing, you're sort of showing it fitting, there's the quality and the, you're doing the makeup. I'm not that familiar with that side of things, but, Step us through your sort of thought process of how you, because that ends up being, what, an hour long or?
Yeah, around
you
an
know,
hour to
so
2 hours long.
you got like a format you could share with the listeners around your sort of that hour. How do you start it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you build it, wait for so many people to get in, and then you've got a format of, right, we'll step through these products and...
So we'll normally go live and we'll pack orders from what we've received the day before. So that way people are already seeing, oh, they've got orders, they're a shop, they're taking orders.
So you're starting off with some of the orders that are maybe left over from yesterday. So that's starting the engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showing that you are open to taking orders.
Yeah.
And that way also it gives us a chance to run through products. So, oh, Chloe's ordered our brow lick. It's our viral one. Have you seen it? Jordan Lipscomb, who is a massive influencer, used it. So it's really, really trying to get off the back of everything that you can. So, really go ham with over exaggerating on things, showing the products, going into detail. Oh, she got this for a great deal, guys. You can get it right now. Yeah. So start off.
And that's literally an inch below where you're speaking, you're buying it.
Yes. And you can also pin the product. So actually it can come up on the screen.
Yeah.
So you can see that product, the one I'm talking about.
So you managing that while you're talking, or has you got a team member managing the sort of the things that are coming up and the...
So you can either do yourself, a team member, or you can get mods. So you can, anyone who follows you, if you trust them, you can make them a mod. Yeah. And a lot of people, if they love you, which they do, they want to be in every live. They want to help you. Guys, this is a product she's talking about. So again, creating that community.
Yeah. So So your followers become your fans, become your part of the team.
That's right.
It's like a lot of the, like an old school, if you like, maybe not that old, but like a forum, you're something that you're genuinely interested in, then you get to know the people that run it, and then, do you want to work with us and help us in the, in the community? Okay, so what about, let's say, some of the people that are listening that are maybe selling something that's not clothing, it's not makeup. I'm trying to think of the most important. Some more, you may be selling, I was going to say barbecues, but that's probably quite a nice one if it's a nice sunny day and you sit outside with your apron on and you're cooking some steaks and whatnot. But we've got clients that maybe sell, radiators. They sell, shoes. That's probably quite a nice one to do. But some of the products that are maybe not quite as sexy. What advice would you give to those guys?
So, see TikTok as an entertainment app, because that's exactly what it is. They don't like to be called a social app. They are an entertainment app. So it's another aspect to your business. So try and make entertaining videos, get on trends. And also you can make anything sexy, a nail and a hammer. You can make a sexy video of a nail and a hammer. I watch a guy.
Can you really?
Yes. I watch a guy.
You can.
But you can really make, so I think if you can get into that creative mind, really look at other people, your competitors, what they're doing. And it's not just you. Remember, the creators create. Yeah. So if you can find someone who, radiators, we bought a radiator off TikTok.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did.
No way.
It was very much last year when the electricity prices were hiking up. Yeah. This radiator it's going to be cheaper to run and X, Y, Z. Yeah. Bought it. You
bought a radiator from
We
TikTok.
did. We did.
Wow.
We did.
We've got quite a lot of clients that sell radiators.
There we go. It works. It does work.
Oh, wow. So those guys that are like, they're convinced now and they're listening to the last sort of half an hour or so. Yeah. They're like, right, we're gonna get on this. Yeah. What would their sort of first maybe 30, 60 days look like? They've got no TikTok account. Yeah. They've got no following, but they've got an amazing store. They're amazingly passionate about, their brand and what they do and what they sell, whether it's nails or barbecues or makeup. What does their first sort of 30, 60 days look like on TikTok?
So definitely your market research, in the sense of look at your competitors, follow them, look at the comments, have a look at the people following them, follow them as well, engage in conversation. That would be one. Number two would be, don't just create content about your product, create a more personal side of things as well. People are nosy. They want to know what you've eaten for breakfast, how many wees you've had that day. They do. They're very, very nosy, and we are nosy. We're a nosy nation. So if you can create that more personal side, so for example, today I'm filming coming here, from waking up to going home, every single step, but that will get loads of views because I'm not just trying to push products. I'm also a human being behind this. I am also a person, and I'm relatable, which is another thing. And then another one would be try and do some posts that are educational, because you will attract a different type of audience.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I started doing posts or videos of creating my business cards, how I got this many followers.
Yeah.
And you do,
story.
yeah, exactly, the story. And it's just, don't try and just be, sell, because no one just wants to be sold to the whole time. Really try and be authentic in a sense of create a more personal.
Goes back to being yourself, isn't it? And finding your tribe, people that like what you do, relatable.
That's it.
You can only fake it for so long, can't you? I think that's the reality, which you sort of see. Well, maybe less so now. I think that people obviously know that that's just not gonna, they see whoever doing whatever, and then they try and emulate that, and it's the warm.
It's not the same.
You might rehearse that for a week, but then if you're going to jump on live, you can't do that, can you? You've got to be yourself. But then that's a good place to be as that individual, isn't it? So if you're running a brand, sharing those day-to-day things that are happening in the business, whether that's good or the good and the bad sort of thing, the mixture. Most of the people that are listening to this will have a lot going on in their business. It's very shareable and relatable. Whether that's most of the people that are listening, I think, will have a warehouse with some stock in it. Either enough stock to sit in my lap or enough stock to fill a hanger. And stuff coming and going and things getting packed and people packing and on their phones and a web team, and there's always content, isn't there?
Always.
It's just making that start and then the consistency, I think, which, the posting 5-6 days. How long have you been posting for 5 or 6 days a week?
So we try and post at least 2 TikToks a day. It's not easy, but just think if you create TikToks, you've created content for other platforms as well, which is great because it then can obviously translate over to Instagram or Facebook into a reel, YouTube, etc. But yeah, definitely to at least, they actually do say, they say at least 4 times because I think it's like the 3rd or the 4th one actually gets the most traction. But actually I found I could do one a day and that one might get, 20k, 30k views. So
yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I need 30k views on my stuff. I think we had 10k on one last week. Actually, which I was quite pleased about. Yeah. So last couple of questions, Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
So obviously, it sounds like you're a very, very busy lady.
Yeah.
Lots going on in a fairly new business. Now, how do you balance the sort of the business side and the family side and raising I know we've talked quite a lot off camera about. Yeah. We both got children and whatnot. How do you manage sort of balancing the work side and the family side?
Honestly, I don't. If I'm being transparent, I try my hardest because I am a single mum. So actually, it is great in a way where I have my children every other weekend. So obviously I have them during the week, but I do have every other weekend off.
So you have that time.
I try to really get as much in on them weekends. And when I have my children, I try not to work. I mean, I say try not, but I am a makeup artist as well. So with being a makeup artist, doing wedding makeup, that's every weekend. It's chock-a-block. But I don't stop. And I can imagine you're very much the same. I'll get back from work and I think I don't need to do anything now. And I've got my laptop open and I'm doing something. Yeah. But I think that's the difference between someone who wants something and someone who's like happy to just, no, it will come if it comes.
Balancing it.
Yeah. And I think it's sacrifice. I think especially in the making of a business, you will have to sacrifice, whether that's your time, people, friends, family. Yeah. It is what it is. But if you want something, you're going to have to sacrifice a few things.
That's it. You've got to put the graft in.
You do.
So obviously you have a lot of fun with your TikToks, don't you? And obviously we've I've got you on the chat on the various channels since we last spoke a couple of weeks ago. And I've got to ask you, have you managed to find your sugar daddy yet?
Unfortunately, I'm unsuccessful in that one. So, I still have an open vacancy for that.
Open vacancy available. But yeah, you have a lot of fun. So, I would suggest to the guys that are with us now, follow Jamie Lee and Jamie Lee Cosmetics on all channels because it'll brighten your day. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I like to end every episode with a book recommendation. Do you have a book that you recommend to our listeners and viewers?
Okay, so I'll be honest. I don't read, and that's not because I don't like to. I just can't. I think I might have some undiagnosed dyslexia. I don't know. However, I have, or I haven't read it. I have watched the documentary The Secret.
Oh, yeah.
For me, actually, and that's something I watched with my mum. For me, that holds a lot of value because it actually did open up my mind to different things and, you know, a different mindset of it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, and there's a reason for this. And I think mindset is a massive thing. So definitely the secret.
Brilliant. Well, thanks, Jamie Lee. It's been an absolute pleasure. For those that want to find out more about you and more about the Jamie Lee Cosmetic brand, what's the best way to do that?
So definitely on TikTok, our handle is Jamie Lee Cosmetics Ltd, and Instagram is very much the same as well.
Yeah.
I do have a personal Instagram, which obviously I do post, you know, more personal things about this and life, and I'm a little bit open on that. And if you want to follow that one is That Girl Jamie Lee, all one word.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Look forward to continuing to follow the journey.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe or follow button wherever you are listening to this podcast. You're always the first to know when a new episode is released. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one.